Das goes. Das goes. Das goes.
Faith is power drunk. In my dialect, they say, Ula Weli Zubuom. I will interpret any sleep that extends to 4 days is death. This is exactly who Faith is. You can't tell me that he is intentionally creating content. You can't tell me that being provocative is just a content. No, this is whom he is. He has done this to Bright Morgan. He has also done this to Culture. He has done this to Imisi multiple times. He has also done this to Thelma Lawson. He is practically doing it to every other person exception of Zita and Joanna, whom he still assumes as his friends.
Yes! It's hot. It's hot. You can't even turn Kerosene on. And the stove is still hot. Don't even have to much. You're mad. I didn't bring that body. I go sit down here all day all night. You get stressed. Don't get that. Get that body. Oh shit. I don't want to get that. If you pass, she know. That's not issue.
I didn't tell her nothing.
So
You did. You should do.
what you guys are doing?
I was there when you called me. I said, this is not going to eat anything in this house. I was there when you said that.
But in Malele, you want what I know cook, I make I know it's not.
I get it. Everybody wants to create content. I also get it. Everybody wants to utilize every opportunity they have for them to just do something that they will use to remember them at the end of this particular season. But at this point, Faith is doing too much. And for every other housemate to support Imisi, that means Faith is totally wrong. This is not the first time he is trying to just stop Imisi from cooking and also trying to fight Imisi. But this particular one, Faith has an intention to set the entire house on fire. How can you just go and play with kerosene like you're just trying to just pour the entire kerosene around the entire garden? I don't even understand exactly what's just going on. And every other housemate has been saying this. Faith is power drunk. I refuse to even admit that. I was just watching, just understanding that every other person, once you are the head of the house, you can choose on how you want to just govern the house for the 1 week that it is your turn or it is your time. But what is this?
Kasongo ye. Kasongo run away.
I get it. Anybody can be living a different life or maybe choose to just be a different character once you're participating in any BBNaija season. But when you are just repeating the same character, I have to say, this is not a pretense. This is exactly who you are. Faith is just reminding me of Ilebaye during her participation in All Stars season. Ilebaye will throw stones and hide her hand. And when you now react to the action that Ilebaye took, she will blackmail you, saying it's because she's the youngest in the house. It's because of her size. If she's just like a kid, will you do that? If it is Sissy, will you have just do that? That's exactly what Faith has been doing. You really want to cause trouble. Faith will just provoke somebody. When the person chooses to react to the provocation, Faith will start acting as if the person is just trying to humiliate him because of his size. I am glad that almost all the entire housemate is just telling Faith, you are power drunk. I am just angry because of what Faith is doing. It took Big Brother an ample of time for him to just echo his voice to just call Faith to order. I know you noticed the way I'm reacting, but I am certainly just going to calm down and take my time for me to narrate everything that transpired between Faith and Imisi. But before I officially begin, let me formally welcome you on back again to my beautiful and entertaining channel if you start on Plug. Your go-to source for latest gossips, trend, glam news and entertainment. This is also the only channel that brings you premium authentic gist of the ongoing BBNaija season 10 10/10 and every other happenstance that has to do with your favorite celebrities and favorite housemates of BBNaija irrespective of the season, or any impromptu happenstance such as Faith attempting to just set the entire house on fire but Big Brother intervened. Therefore, please stay tuned, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for juicy details you won't want to miss. Please do not skip the ads. It's already enough that every Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays are set aside for the diary section. And as it should be, today being Wednesday, diary sessions are ongoing. Tracy was the one that was in the diary room. After after Tracy was done with her diary section, there was an ad break. After the ad break, camera was in the kitchen. I overheard Trauma Lawson saying something to somebody. I don't know if it was KAYBOBO and Big Soso. She was like, this guy is the one causing this particular trouble. What this guy is doing is provocation. And when he does that, the person he provokes chooses to react. He will start playing the victim, whereas he is the villain. I was wondering what is ongoing. Why is Trauma Lawson saying that somebody is just provoking somebody? That was when camera said, don't wonder anymore, just follow me. Camera now moved to the garden. Faith and Imisi were just dragging a gallon of kerosene, and Imisi refused to let go. Faith, on the other hand, was also holding on the gallon very strong and also persisting not to let go. And Imisi was just angry, and she was insisting, why will you pour the kerosene away? Am I the only one cooking? You will not do that. And everybody was just telling Faith, please let go. Faith said no, that it is Imisi's fault. Imisi refused to just carry out the instruction that Faith gave to Imisi. Why will Imisi do that? And I was wondering, trying to just get it right, waiting Imisi can't do Faith again. What is it that just lead Faith to the extent of just dragging this gallon of kerosene with Imisi? Then from what Imisi is narrating, Imisi said that Faith just took the kerosene and now poured it around the entire garden. Had it been somebody else is just smoking, did you know that this place would just be on fire? What? I am not going to leave this gallon. Then Mide intervened and was not telling Faith, you were wrong. I understand that you said that Imisi should not cook in this house because that was your instruction. But Imisi is not just cooking the food that she will only eat alone. She is cooking the food that almost 10 or 15 housemates is just going to eat with her. So don't allow her to just do what she wants to do. You are not supposed to stop her from just cooking food for many people. And right on the other hand is not telling Faith, you are power drunk. What you did is just wrong. Leave this gallon of kerosene. Faith now said that Imisi is at fault, that Imisi is the reason why he is holding on the gallon of the kerosene, that Imisi refused to do exactly what he said that Imisi should do. Imisi got angry. At that particular point, Imisi was even speaking her dialect, of which I don't understand Yoruba, where they were just dragging that gallon back and forth. Then somebody went inside to call Kola. Kola came outside, now saw Imisi fighting with Faith, while both of them are just holding on the gallon of the kerosene. Kola wanted to intervene. Kola, noticing after hearing that Imisi was not at fault, only thing he told Imisi was, please just hold on the gallon of the kerosene. Please do not touch Faith. Please do not just go physical on him. Just stay there. And that's exactly what Isabella was also telling Imisi. Please make sure you did not touch Faith. Please do not even hold his hand. Just hold on that gallon of kerosene. That was the point that Bright, Jason J, and every day has made, even Mide, Didi, we are all telling Faith, please let go. You are at fault. Faith said no. Me, I was just wanting to know the origin of this particular reason that Faith and Imisi were just dragging the gallon of the kerosene. From what I heard, that Imisi was cooking. Then Faith just heard that Imisi was cooking. You know currently that the entire housemates are in bare minimum week. So they are now cooking out the side that they used to do laundry. So, and they cook with stove. So Imisi was just trying to cook. I don't know if it is means or whatsoever, because Soso has already made soup, and most of them said that they don't eat draw soup. So when Faith just went there, in as much as he does not know how to use the stove, according to the gist flying, while that food is on fire, Faith went to just use a cloth to just off the fire and now ask Tracy, how do I just do this? The next thing Faith did, while there is still fire on that stove, is to start pouring the hot kerosene that is in the stove back to the gallon. That was when Imisi intervened and decided to just stop him. We did not see this part. This particular part was narrated by every person that witnessed the event. Well, the moment we saw when the camera moved to the garden was when Imisi was just holding onto that gallon with Faith. They were just holding on it. And Imisi said she will not leave her hand. And Faith, on the other hand, was insisting that Imisi must let go. At that moment, Imisi was like, me, I'm not going to leave here. I'm going to even sleep here. She now asked Isabella to just help her to just get Aboti. Aboti is just that stool. We call it wine or look with my dialect. So that was when Isabella went to get the stool. She said, that stool is not enough. Please get me another one. I need to just be high so that I can just sit properly while I'm just holding on the gallon. And Isabella was supporting Imisi because all of them are already saying that Faith is power drunk, and yes, Faith has been doing too much ever since he was crowned the head of the house. Faith, leave the gallon. No, Imisi refused to also leave the gallon. The point is that almost every day housemate is just faulting Faith. You were wrong, and they were all saying it. The way you just poured the entire kerosene on this garden, had it been somebody smoke, if we just set the whole place on fire. Didi even said that she had a dream when this house was on fire, immediately said, God forbid. Everybody's just fighting fate, exception of Joanna, who just walked in and just walked away from that fight. Thelma Lawson and Doris approached the fight scene. They saw everything, they just left. Then Zita and the rude boy were just by the side of the garden while they were just busy eating because they ate from the food that Big Soso cooked. They refused to even intervene. Whereas the likes of Culture, Bright Morgan, Jessie J, Imisi, Isabella, GD, Midget, Tracy, everybody is saying that for the fact that Imisi is cooking for multiple people, she must be allowed to just cook the food. Faith said no, that Imisi have no reason to go and collect protein without informing the people that he, Faith, assigned to be in charge of the kitchen. Speaking about KAYBOBO and Big Soso, Imisi said for the fact that every other person lost the wager, like the entire housemate lost the wager. It's not like they used to group them, that this particular group won the wager and these people lost. Therefore, every supply that Biggie gave to them is just from the benevolence of Biggie, that she will never take any permission for her to just go and collect protein to just cook, not just for herself, but for about 10 or 15 housemates. Jessie J has already told Faith, you are power drunk and you are wrong. Just leave this gallon. Faith said, for where? He will not do that. Me, I was just like saying, please, nobody should just carry anything that has to do with fire to just approach that particular scene that they have just poured kerosene. While all those things were ongoing, somebody was already saying that kerosene has already affected a lot of things. I think it was Isabella. Isabella said that the pot that they were supposed to use to cook, that kerosene is already inside that pot. I think Didi went to just carry something that was in the pot and she smelled it. She said that the content is smelling kerosene, that Faith has already poured kerosene inside. And this is the destruction of Biggie's properties, because I have been watching this particular show for the longest of time, and from what they say, because I have never read the Biggie's rule book myself, but what they used to say is this, that you have no business destroying Biggie's properties. Of course, I remember that Beauty did that by destroying her microphone. She got a strike. JMK did so. She also got a strike. When Perry hit the wall, he got a strike. When Saga also destroyed Biggie's property, Saga got a strike. So this that Faith did, not only by just pouring the kerosene, he also tried to just fight fire with his clothes, with whatever, I don't know. And he was pouring hot kerosene that is on stove that has fire back to gallon. That kerosene is very hot. Well, let's see what Biggie is just going to do about it. And I was waiting for Biggie to just intervene, because every day housemate is telling Faith what you would have done if you tell Imisi something and Imisi refused to oblige or obey you as head of the house. Just go back to the diary room and report to Biggie. You are not supposed to just fight her. You cannot just provoke Imisi and you're not just trying to play the victim. Well, he refused to hear, and that was the moment Biggie's voice echoed and ordered Faith to report to the diary room. And Faith was just there. Everybody's telling Faith, Biggie is calling you. Just go and report yourself to the diary room. The next thing, Faith said that it is Imisi that is just stopping him from answering Biggie, that Imisi is holding his hands. Imisi said, no, Big Brother, zoom the camera. I am not even holding his hand, so he's just trying to accuse me. See, you're my witness, so I am certainly not just holding Faith's hand. Faith now said, oh, I leave my hand. I said, I am not. I'm only holding on the gallon. No, that was when Faith just stylishly now withdrew his hands and now decided to just go inside for him to just answer Big Brother. At that moment, Imisi was very, very angry. She is pissed. She is tensed. She was just saying everything she needs to say. She said that if not be said the day Biggie's house, but she said that she for don't beat Faith, that she will just look for somebody on the street, person will never chop, just feed the person, this person will beat Faith, that Faith is just doing too much. It's just that she is restricted from just going physical. So by now, Faith for don't they cry. And she was so angry, she was just speaking her language, and she was just saying a lot of things, and everyday housemates were just trying to just say their own part of story, because at this point, everybody is faulting Faith, and if you've been watching, Faith is absolutely at fault. I refuse to just buy this thing that people are saying that maybe Faith is a production pet, because I am expecting Big Brother to just do something, because this is not the first time Faith is just trying to do too much. The other time, yes, I understand that Imisi went to took the pot that was washed for him by Victory to cook Indomie, but Faith went to the extent of pouring the entire water and Indomie on Imisi. Imagine if that Indomie was already boiling. By now, every part of the body of Imisi would just be with fire mark, because that water Indomie would have been on her if it is hot. And he has been doing all these things. He was the one that provoked Bright Morgan. Bright Morgan now reacted because you refused to just bring down the lighter. You were just holding on the lighter. Even when they told you to bring it down, you went to the pool side and said you would throw the lighter in the pool. And Bright Morgan reacted. That just ended Bright Morgan double strike. Hence, Bright Morgan even refused to just do anything. Had it been that guy is not on double strike, trust me, he would have intervened in that fight between Imisi and Faith today. Anyway, he has gone to the jury room. Everybody was just waiting for him to come back. Whereas the few people that were in the garden are all trying to narrate the whole event. This was the moment Rude Boy just said something. Bright Morgan got angry because why is it that anytime anybody is just fighting with Imisi, Rude Boy is always happy because he has been beefing Imisi unnecessary because the strategy Rude Boy came in with, the street credibility is what Imisi is doing, and Imisi is just delivering more than he is doing. Hence, he is just unnecessarily angry with Imisi. That was when Bright Morgan just told Rude Boy that you refuse to involve yourself in this particular fight simply because you have eaten. Had it been that your own share is in this particular food that Imisi was about to cook, sure you for involve yourself. Rude Boy was about to just fight with Bright Morgan. They have already gone to tell Imisi what happened. Imisi coming out to the garden, Rude Boy was just trying to explain everything, and Imisi was like, you are at fault. Whatever it is that you are doing, you know why you are doing it. Now, Rude Boy was trying to report himself, claiming that he is in support of what Imisi was doing with Faith. But Imisi was like, as you do and no be so, in as much as you're claiming to be my friend. Then I was waiting to see how long Faith is just going to remain in the diary room. But here he comes. He just came out from the diary room. Oh, it is time for sponsor tax. Remember that every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays are always the days for them to just go to the arena for them to do the sponsor tax. Coming out, he just went to the garden to just call the entire housemate for them to just move to the lounge for him to read the brief for the sponsor tax. Normally, now after he has read the brief, he is just to go around for him to just give every housemate for them to put their hand in the lucky dip for them to just choose the group that they are to belong to. When it gets to the turn of Imisi, Imisi was angry. This is the point I just have to laugh. Just ignore my laugh. Imisi now puts her hand in the lucky dip and refuses to remove it. According to her, she's taking her ample of time for her to select her own piece of paper. She was just there. Oh, she was putting in her hand there. I was trying to move the hand inside there. She now said that she's not done searching. She asked Isabella again to just get her a stool. Isabella gets a stool. She said she needed another one for her to just be up. She was just there, putting her hand in that luggage tube. Then Faith was like, take all your time. I'm not going to fight you again. And Faith was like, you're not just wasting my own time, or you're wasting every other person's time. And the people Faith is saying that Imisi is just wasting their time are all enjoying exactly what Imisi is doing because nobody's even telling Imisi anything. She refused to remove her hand. That was the moment Big Brother was like, this is getting too much. Imisi just report to the diary room and she just have to remove her hand. And she has already removed her own piece of paper and she already knows the group that she belongs to. She has gone to the diary room and she's yet to come out as at the time I'm doing this particular video. Then, Joanna, who has refused to just intervene in this whole fight, choose to now address Faith. I love the fact that Joanna told Faith what you did was wrong. You went to an extreme because how will you just have to go to the extent of just pouring the entire kerosene? Exactly whatever that person is saying. Had it been somebody is smoking and there is any sight of fire that dropped there, the whole place will catch fire. Faith was just trying to just defend himself, but Joanna was just faulting him. And he just have to accept that he is wrong, but he didn't just say it boldly. Then Joanna has already told him, please, so gently just go and make sure that you clean the whole place. Make sure that you wipe out all the kerosene because people has already been told to just smoke outside and you don't have to tell them the particular position for them to stay and smoke. Please make sure that you just get rid of the entire kerosene. Maybe Big Brother might have also told him so when he was called to the diary room. As I'm doing this particular video, I have seen Faith just trying to just clean up the entire place that he poured the whole kerosene. My question is this really your character? Like, I don't understand. The other day, it was a pot that is full of Indomie. You put it on Imisi. Now you have to just scatter the entire kerosene. Of course, this is your character. You're not just creating content. Now, what is the extent of you pouring the entire kerosene and you're still going to spend a lot of time trying to just clean off the kerosene? Are you not supposed to just walk away when you just notice that Imisi has refused to just carry out the instruction? Must you be power drunk? Must you insist that it's exactly what you said is what is going to happen? This is what you just did. You just brought the batteries for you to change the batteries, left it downstairs, went upstairs to call Jason J for him to come downstairs to come and change his battery. That same time and strength you used to climb upstairs, you could have just hold that 2 pieces of battery to just go and change it. Coming downstairs again, you come down with your own battery that you moved from Jason J's transmitter. You didn't do that. And also, Culture complained that he was just sleeping, that Faith woke him up to tell him to come that they are sharing tissue. Didn't Faith share the tissue, allow Culture to sleep? When Culture wake up, you will not inform him, we actually share tissue, just this is your own share, or maybe we share this particular tissue with you and so person. Just go and meet the person that you both will share the tissue with. Why will you just have to go to the extent of waking this boy up, knowing that he did not even sleep much well because they all spent their nights in the garden last night? I don't understand exactly what you are doing. You want to just stand out. You want to create content for being the head of the house, but this time you are overdoing it too. And now the entire housemate is already against you. If they agree to make this particular regime very tough for you, trust me, you will not breathe. But I felt that his reason for doing all of this is because of the last week nomination, because he was among the people that stood up for the fake nomination. So he felt that the entire housemate hates him. That is why they nominated him, forgetting that he was not the only person that stood up that last week. Hence, he is just trying to pay back by just doing so. One thing Faith is forgetting is that his regime will not last at the end of this show. What of next week? If you did not also win the head of the house, now you are not nominated for the most influential housemate, and also you did not get the immunity of the red envelope. Don't you think that you will be nominated, and don't you think that you are still going to stand up again for possible nomination? And with what you just did, if they just choose to do the usual tradition nomination by asking the entire housemate to just move to the dining room for them to nominate, of course everybody will just be calling your name. Faith. Well, he has gone to the garden for him to just clean up all his mess. I am certainly waiting for Big Brother's verdict. If Big Brother just ignore this particular one, I have to agree with every other person that Faith is indeed production pet, because that fight that happened between him and Imisi the previous night, speaking about that night they were cooking Indomie, Big Brother never addressed it. Big Brother didn't even give anybody last warning or any strike. Even the same provocation that Faith did to Bright Morgan, that end Bright Morgan double strike. Did you know that after all those things, even the fight that it was Faith that provoked and triggered Culture was given last warning and punishment, saying that violence is not the answer. Bright Morgan end double strike. Faith was not given no punishment, not even any last warning. And he also fought with Imisi. Even after the Monday night he was crowned the head of the house, Faith also gave unnecessary instruction. He even said that for the fact that Imisi refused to drop the bread, that Imisi is not going to eat anything in the house. He fought with Imisi so much. Just check my channel, you will see the video, because I did a video on that particular fight. He has been doing too much. He has been triggering. He has been provocating. He has been doing so much to the entire house. So I'm waiting to see what Big Brother is just going to tell him. I am waiting for Sunday. Let me see Big Brother's verdict, or if he will wait for Sunday, or maybe he wants to just do it privately, just the way he has called Faith to the diary room. He might just admonish him, and as he has also called Imisi to the diary room, maybe he will also reprimand Imisi. I want to see exactly the end of all this. And before I just wrap up this particular video, I have to say that Joanna just picked up the red telephone, and the voice from the telephone just told her that she's just going to get a beautiful treat, that she's just going to pack her bag later this night, that there is a room for her where she will have a bed and where she will also be fed, and she will just have to enjoy this beautiful treat with somebody. I was thinking that she will just choose Faith, being that Faith has already selected her as the house guest, being that he is enjoying the head of the house lounge, but Joanna chose Didi. Let's see how everything is just going to end. That is it. Imisi did not cook the food. They have poured away the kerosene. Currently, she's still in the diary room, whereas the entire housemate has already dressed up for their today's sponsor tax. And it is proudly sponsored by Hayatamakul. Let's see what is going to happen next, and if anything happens, of course, yours truly is going to update and entertain you guys. Thus far, you have watched, you're yet to subscribe. That's not good. Please promote and publicize my channel by simply smashing on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and please feel free to give this particular video a huge thumbs up. And until I come your way again with any impromptu happenstance that has to do with the ongoing BBNaija season 10, 10/10, I am still your favorite entertainer with continuous entertaining entertainment, saying Faith is power drunk, and if he did not take time, the entire housemate is just going to gang up against him. He will suffer. They will just say, we are not going to just carry out this particular instruction until we hear Biggie's voice.